Mm, because Jah shall wash away. Yeah, Mr. Aqua.
I'm giving you support.
Oh yeah. You know,
We need the motivation.
I tell you. I tell you. I mean, years ago,
Hey.
when I spoke to Grams Morgan, he said
Yeah.
that we have to play this song every morning.
Oh wow, I agree.
If you look
I
at the
agree.
problems that people are going through,
That's true.
every morning you must tell them that God will wash away all the tears.
Yes.
When
Yes,
things are
yes.
getting hard, don't give up.
Yeah. There's something that came to mind there. So, right from the time that we get balance of payment support and all the other things we want to do with the IMF, in the interim, how do we make sure that inflation comes down? How do we make sure that prices are not skyrocketed at the high that because to the ordinary person, the program is not as important as the goals it's supposed to deliver or
Yes.
being able to afford basic things.
Well, I mean,
Being able to pay less for transportation, being able to commute and see, live a happy life in your own corner and enjoy small. But it looks like all of those appear to be very far-fetched luxuries for we the ordinary people in this republic.
and I mean, you're very right. Today, Darrow Kwa tells me that the city is appreciating. It started some good performance. Let's hope that it continues that performance and improves. There's a prediction that crude oil prices might end at $65 by end of year, which would mean that at least then we'd see some reduction by end of year, hopefully. And so yes, hopefully, we'll hope and pray. In these times, one of the things I tell myself all the
What
time.
I'm asking is exactly what the state doing.
No, but
Yeah,
as for the
these
state,
factors,
as for the state,
they are
currently,
outside
the state,
they are external
the
factors.
state has told you that the problems you are facing are caused by external factors. So until the external factors improve,
So we are on our own.
you are not getting anywhere. The state, we suggested to the state that the state should remove certain taxes. The state says we can't remove that. Didn't you hear the
The
information?
collateralized ones.
They cannot remove the taxes. These taxes have been collateralized. ESLA, you can't remove them. So what should the state do? That's the problem. So until the external factors, which are causing our problems today, improve, we will be here. So I'm just trying to motivate you by telling you
So
that
we are on autopilot.
the external factors are beginning to see an improvement. So all things being equal, one is our city depreciation. That one is us. So we'll be able to deal with that. And I tell you that I motivate myself every morning by saying that the God who feeds the birds of the air shall feed you.
I see.
Anyway, let's get to our Drive Safe campaign. It's brought to us by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and is supported by Toyota Ghana Company Limited, Toyota Superior Quality. So share the road. Remember that you are not the only driver on the road. An important safety tip that everyone needs to follow is the need to share the road with others graciously, recognizing that all drivers deserve to be treated with respect. Remember this, you are not the only one on the road. And that's how to drive safe. Let's learn how to say it right now, brought to us by Koba Payment App, Koba Life Simplified. Kingdom Books at Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Something must be done.
Today's Say It Right is simple. The other day, I used this expression, the reason why. Now, let me tell you, that is not how to say it right. The word reason is defined as the cause, explanation, or justification for an action or event. The cause, explanation, or justification for an action or event. So it is better to say the reason for than to say the reason why. Or in some cases, you can simply say the reason and leave it at that. Thanks for listening.
All right, so that's how you say it right. Let's get into the news review brought to us by Milo Energy to Go Further and Enterprise Life's Family Income Security Plan. Enterprise, your advantage.
Let me start with the Daily Graphic. It's actually talking about a story that's been there for God knows how long. Reduced population growth rates. That is, those are experts talking about what's happening. But there is also the chroma issues affecting senior high schools. The page 13 of the Daily Graphic says SHS face food shortage So our senior high schools are facing food shortage.
Right. Let's listen to something. I mean, talking about all of this. You know, this morning I started by asking the question, why is it so difficult for us to resign? And one person who's been urging, the finance minister to resign is former power minister who resigned in December 2015. You know, he had promised in February that if he doesn't solve Dumsor by the end of the year, he was going to resign. Even though he says he solved Dumsor, he still resigned. So Kwabena Donkor has been calling on Ken Ofori-Atta to resign. But Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwos disagreed with Dr. Kwabena Donkor and other parties calling for the resignation of the minister. He said the finance minister made his comments based on information available to him at the time. And Dominic Nitiwos also pleads with the current labor unions that are on strike to get them to the negotiation table with cabinet. Let's listen to these voices and then we get back to news review.
There may be extenuating circumstances. They may be. However, you take responsibility. He's the Minister of Finance. A few months ago, he categorically stated that we'll never go to the IMF, we'll never go to the fund. We are capable of managing our own affairs. We are capable of swimming through the turbulence. And today, as a nation, we've had to eat humble pie. At least, at the very minimum, the Minister for Finance, who is the operational director of the economic management team, who is at the center. Yes, there is a head, but the head is a titular head. But the Ministry of Finance sits right in the middle of the whirlwind. He must, as a matter of principle and as a matter of honor, and also of dignity, offer to resign and give the president the opportunity to appoint someone.
So the finance minister said that on the back of all the things he knew at that particular time. Like I said, this was last month. It could even be yesterday. Take it from me, it could even be yesterday. Things can change very drastically. If you have friends and investors who had serious confidence in your economy and believe that they will support you along the line, you will see the things that the finance minister said. I don't think that the finance minister should be hanged because of that. He was saying what he believed at that time.
Why shouldn't he? He misled us.
He didn't mislead you. He was telling us exactly what he felt when things were, what he saw at that time. This idea of, oh, I'm going to go on strike, I'm going to do this. The government has all the means, they will give it to you. This government has shown very good faith to everybody that if they have the means, they will do it. They've never disrespected workers. They've never shouted on workers. They've negotiated with workers on good faith. I plead with them that they should give government the opportunity to negotiate with them in good faith. Can you imagine you are leading an IMF team and workers are asking for maybe between 6 to 8 billion extra income or extra expenditure on the budget? It makes your work very, very difficult. I just plead that, yes, things are difficult. We all accept. It's not the fault of a worker that maybe if he was earning 3,000 Ghana cedi yesterday, that 3,000 may buy less things. But like I said, let's plead with everybody to give government the opportunity to negotiate very well with them. But I really, really worry that whatever we do, we should look at our kids and ensure that we don't leave a country where tomorrow those kids will find Ghana a different place.
Well, so Kwabena Donkor advising the finance minister to make things easy for the president. You know, you go. And Dominic Nitiwos says, no. Even if he said that yesterday, today things can change. But did things change overnight is the question you want to ask yourself. Did things change overnight? How come some of the analysts saw this in 2019 and the finance minister, who has all these data, didn't see it until 2022? In fact, at the beginning of the year, he still insisted that we're not going to go to the IMF. And eventually, as Professor Bob King predicted, we're going in an ambulance. Raymond.
Hopefully, the people who have been advised will take the advice. But frankly, I do not care whether whoever stays in office. The people should feel the impact of the good deeds that the economy is supposed to deliver. I'm not sure Ghanaians really care about whether who goes or stay. The things they used not to be involved in, active party politics. They don't want to be the one decide what's happening in the economy. All that they want is that prices are at the level they can still do the transportation, and doesn't have to cost them an arm and a leg to do the basic things that they've been doing all the time. And so, well, That's it. But there was a story though. The IMF negotiations that we're still talking about approach with open mind. TechPay advises government, and special supplement on Eid al-Adha is also in the Daily Graphic. Those stories. The better headline is that of danger at Botiano Red Top, and that danger is an electric pole hanging dangerously along the road in the Gassaut municipality. There's a picture on the front page depicting it. Maybe we would intervene before it's too late.
Anyway, let's get into other stories. And Luke chapter 12, verse 15, that's on the front page of the Chronicle. Then he said to them, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. A man's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions. Ex-NHIA boss admits in court, yes, I sold Vagland at airport to recoup my losses. And we're told that the former chief executive officer of National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Samolano, he's admitted in court that he indeed sold Veterans Association of Ghana land located at the airport commercial area to a private developer to recoup his losses. According to him, the sale of the land was due to a breach of agreement on the part of VAG, which refused to give a vacant position to Arnaud and Associates by a stipulated period in a contract reached between both sides. Okay. Also on the front page, economic difficulties. This one too shall pass. Guess who's motivating us? Ochini.
This one too shall pass.
Yes, this one too shall pass. Okay,
Pass quickly, we beg. It is the pace that we are concerned about.
Okay.
Yeah.
La Paz driver allegedly swindles 3 burgers of thousands of cities, and that's it basically on the front page of the Chronicle.
The Daily Guide is reporting this morning Boris Johnson bows out, and there's one about Shatawale cannot stop me. You know what this is really about. So Elsie Avemega is supposed to be the mother of Shatawale, and it's a headline. Top tier.
Shatta can't stop me.
Yes. He's saying that she cannot be stopped from marrying the love of her life.
Kofi Ajololo.
Yes. Nobody, no man born of a woman.
What love can do.
So if your mother is going, but I think you let me move on to the other ones. It's a very interesting story.
You say you're asking a question. If your mother is going to do it.
Yeah, if your aged mother says she's found love and she's going to be with a person, what will you say?
You know, I'm just asking myself. I mean, my mother is in her 70s.
Yeah.
She and her husband are happy now.
Yes.
I believe they will live happily until one of them departs.
Yes.
I am not sure any of them would want to marry again if any.
If they want to marry again.
So on that note, I can't even think about it.
That's the one part that's interesting. So so nobody. I mean, not my son. Anyway, remove billboards. MPP backs and aspirants, and they're saying that we are going to do. You know, there was a time I remember one of the Chairman Blay elections. There was this gentleman who came from the US or the UK to come and actually be part of the election. He complained about how we have spent so much.
Was it Richard Ahiagba?
No. I'm talking about he was actually part of us, but this was an observer.
Oh, okay.
With the Democratic
Oh,
Union.
I
remember
think,
the gentleman who
I
came.
think that was in Kufuria.
Yes.
That was in Kufuria.
Brilliant.
From the Conservative Party.
Terribly.
Yes, I remember
about
that.
how on earth are we spending so much on billboards and all that. And people would not want that happening. So they are cutting back. In fact, they've also been issued warning about influence and whether they are going to be prosecuted for it. Korte blames absence of surgery, and Korte is the regional minister of Accra. He's been facing the Parliament's Privileges Committee. Okay. Unfortunately, up to now, we still don't have, as we are being told,
Sarah
Adjo Asafo, the member of Parliament and the minister currently away from duty and not cool enough, doing motherly duties in the US.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, and it's obvious now that she cannot perform her functions. As a minister. Under the circumstances, you would expect that
she do it electronically.
Oh no, under the circumstances, have you seen her doing anything? You would expect that she would tender in her resignation, or the president would tell her, you know what, Adjoa, I think you need to step aside. So we get a minister to direct policy in that particular ministry. Unfortunately, you have the Sanitation and Water Resources Minister acting as Gender, Children and Social Protection Minister. Certainly not the way to go. Well, when we get into that conversation later on today, we'll talk about it. But
You said it's not the way to go.
no.
For those of us calling for ministers to be reduced, it looks like the place can operate without a minister. They should just reassign people and make sure they reduce the number of people who are acting as ministers in this country. But I hope she's not being paid, though.
Well, we need to find that out.
Yeah, but it will sound some way.
She's being paid.
Really?
Yes. The Finder says government respects freedom of speech. That's according to Kojo Aponkroma, Information Minister. NPP bans billboards and advertising, orders removal of all in national and regional capitals. Ghana reports first ever suspected case of Marburg virus disease. And Ghana records 1 million births and 288,000 deaths in 2021.
The new Weekend Crusade guy has Madina MC fingered in land theft. Ganoth MC donates decks to schools, and Duka commends as Sunafu chiefs. And there's red flags in Nizamaland over overlord position. Those are the stories on the front page of the new Weekend Crusading Guide.
Well, let's get to our online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank. In your best interest, Goyle Good Energy. And my Joy Online has this one. River gods demand 5 humans as sacrifice before recommissioning of a toilet facility.
Are they going to build anyway?
Let's get to City Newsroom, Doctor. I mean, I don't understand that.
Yeah, River Gods, please. We are in a very serious time. Take a break from being River Gods for now.
I don't understand that because anyway, when we come back,
yes. Don't do it now. We need the sanitation facilities, please. Open notification is high. Don't come in now.
Exactly.
Honorable River God, please put your expertise to good use. Help us with other.
That River God.
Yeah, that for the sacrifice won't happen today. Won't happen tomorrow.
No. Who's going to give you human sacrifice?
Yeah, even like we have not filled the place and built on it anyway.
Let's get to citynewsroom.com. BOG's credibility dented by ruling on revocation of UniCredit's license. That's Stoma. You meet here. Let's get to BBC, and we're told that ex-PM of Japan, Abe, shot during campaign event.
It's terrible.
Terrible. Wow. Anyway.
Outgoing PM2 is in the corner.
Yes. And the contest has begun already. Outgoing PM. And, I asked this question, can this ever happen in Ghana? Anyway, let's get to the BBC News brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. Edlom Housing, where quality and spacious homes cost less. And Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner.